All right, guys, we're going to be on our lesson 8, use order and grouping to multiply. Okay, and this is session 3. Okay, let's look at these word problems. It says Tony has 3 cases with 5 pencils each. Brian has 5 cases with 3 pencils each. Draw a model to show that Tony and Brian have the same number of pencils. Okay, let's start with Tony first. So 3 cases with 5 pencils each. How many groups am I going to need? 3. Okay, and how many in each group? 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then how many groups for Brian? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Brian. And how many in each one for Brian? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So here he has 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay. So 3 times 5. Here he has 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Okay. So Brian has 5 cases. 5 times 3. So is 5 times 3 and 3 times 5 the same thing? Which is 15. How do I know that? Is because the factors are the same. Okay. Go to page 193 and then watch this.
When you multiply numbers, what you're essentially doing is you're putting things into groups. Now, the rule is you have to have exactly the same amount inside of each group. If you put 2 in one group, you got to put 2 in all the other groups. But how do you know you've got a group? What does a group look like? Well, another way of saying group is group holder. And we use the word holder because groups hold things. Now, anything that can hold things can act as a group holder. We have 7 examples here. We've got 7 pictures. We've got wallets. They hold things like money and coins. We got refrigerators. We got a baseball glove or a hand. We can hold things that way. We can hold things in pots. We can hold things on lily pads like insects and frogs and things like that. We have cars can hold people. We got boats can hold things like people. And these are examples of group holders. Now, so you say 2 times 3. But what does times mean? Look, 2 times 3 really means 2 groups of 3. If that times simply means groups. So if it says 2 groups, we need 2 groups. So looking back at the last page, we can pick any 2 of those things. Let's use the pots. Now the second number, 3, 2 groups of 3, that just means you got to put 3 things inside of each of them. And what kind of things do we put in pots? I don't know, maybe flowers? Now you see how there's exactly the same amount? We have 3 in each one. You can't put 3 in one and then like 2 in the other. It doesn't work that way. It has to be, they have to match. And then you just count them. 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Now what if we flip 2 and 3? What if we put the 3 in the front and the 2 in the back? So it's 3 times 2. Does that make any difference? It does. 3 times 2 now means 3 groups of 2. And the last one, it was 2 groups of 3. This one is 3. We need 3 groups here. And then the 2 means we got to put, we need to put 2 flowers in each one. Or 2 anything, really, but flowers are nice. Now count them. 2, 4, 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Wait a minute, it didn't change the answer. We still get the same answer, right? That's correct. We don't get a different answer, but the picture looks different. Okay, so the picture will change, the answer doesn't when you flip the numbers around. So keep that in mind, otherwise teacher might mark it wrong if you drew this example the way we drew the last one with only 2 pots. How about 4 times 5? Now, in your mind, you're not going to say 4 times 5, because what does times mean? It means groups, so you're going to say groups. 4 groups of 5. So we're going to get 4 groups, so we can get, I don't know, let's not use pots anymore. Let's use wallets. And that second number, 5, means we got to put 5 in each one. Like, wallets hold money, so it makes sense to put $5 in each one. 5 here. All of them get 5. They all get the same amount. Count them. 5, 10, 15, 20. How about if we switch the numbers around? Put the 5 here and the 4 there. Then it'll say 5 groups of 4. We got 5 groups. Yeah, I don't like that. I want that sound effect back. Let's go back. Yeah, like that. That's how we do it. Gotta get the full sound effect. So 5 groups of 4. Now we need 5 groups. So we're gonna make, let's not use wallets. Let's use, how about lily pads? You know why? Because we're gonna put frogs on them. How many on each one? 4. We have to put 4 frogs on each one. That's what the second number says. So now you just count them. We got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Now here's a shortcut way of doing. Okay, that's enough. So here's a shortcut way of doing it. We got 4 and 4. Enough of those frogs. And these 4 and 4 make 8. And we know 8 plus 8 is 16. And 4 more makes 20. That's if you don't know how to skip count by 4, comfortably. You can just do these addition strategies that we learned in the last unit. Now it's your turn. Try these examples here. Pause the video and then check it over in a moment. All right, assuming you did that, it says...
All right, let's do this together. So it says 5 girls... five girls each check out 3 books at the library. Write the multiplication equation that represents this situation. Okay? So, how many girls? Had how many books? So what would be the multiplication equation? I take the first number, which is how many groups, times how many in each group?
3.
Equals 15. Okay, let's see what he says.
Home. So you check it out at the desk, and we got to represent the multiplication equation for this situation. So I've got my 5 girls. Each of them have, even babies, babies, babies read books. They like books. And you should always read to your kid if you've got kids. We got 5 of them. We got 5 girls. Each of them has 3. So, I get this, mister. And we're going to write 3 times 5. That's got to be it, right? Let's see. Well, some of you wrote 3 times 5. Others of you watching the video might have written 5 times 3. And only one of them is right. Not going to tell you. Actually, I will. Have to tell you. Which one is right? Is it 3 times 5?
No! No! No!
No, the man knows what he's talking about. The man says no. No is no. But why? Because if you remember what 3 times 5 means, it means 3 groups. Well, how many groups do we have here? Remember, group holders hold things. We got people. People hold things. So we have 5 people. So you can't say 3 groups. We have 5 groups. So it has to be this one. And each of them, of course, has 3. And the answer, 3 and 3 is 6. Let's use, if you don't want to skip count, you can use doubles. We got 3 and 3 is 6. It's right on her head. Yeah, like that. And then these 3 and these 3 make 6. 6 and 6 is 12. And then 3 more is 15. and then you get your answer. How about this one? Pause the video and then come back in a minute.
All right. How about here? Okay. I have how many groups? 3. Okay. And how many in each group? 4. So in this case, it would be seeds, right? So I have 3 groups. Okay. Times 4 in each group, which is 12. Okay. Let's see what he does.
So what kind of multiplication equation does this represent? Well, first, try to find your group holders. What's holding things? The watermelons, right? And what are the watermelons holding? Seeds. How many groups do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 groups. So which one of these is correct? Can't be this one.
No! No! No!
You know why the man says no? Because he sees that we got 4 groups here. It says 4 groups, but there's only 3 groups. So it has to be this one. 3 groups, and there's 4 in each one. What's the answer? Count all the seeds. 12. Now solve these equations here and keep your drawing simple. Okay, nothing complex. Make your group holders as simple as drawing a circle and then put things inside of a circle. Don't draw any fancy boxes or anything like that. That's what I mean. All right, guys, pause the video and come back in a minute. Check your answers over.
All right. So look at this one. 2 times 3. 6, but how many groups am I going to need? 2 times 3? How many groups am I going to need? How many? 2. And how many in each group?
3.
Okay. This one? 4 times 1? How many groups?
1.
There. Like that. It's 1 group. And how many in each group?
4.
4. Okay. So look at 0 times 5. How many groups am I going to need?
0.
Yeah. It's 0. That's the first number. So do I have to put anything? No. Because the answer is 0 for that one. Okay. 3 times 2. How many groups?
3.
3. With how many each?
2.
Okay. And this one here?
4.
So I need 4 groups. With how many in each group?
1.
Just 1. And then 3 times 0?
0.
This would be 0, but the first number tells me I have 3 groups, right? How many in each group?
0.
Nothing. So my answer is 0 for that one. Okay? All right.
All right, let's see how you did. 2 times 3 means 2 groups, so I got to make my 2 groups. I have to do that. Have to do 2 groups. And then you put the 3 inside of each one. So you're going to put 3 here. And it looks like eyes and a nose. And we got 3 in this one. And then the answer is going to be 6. Just count all the dots. 3 and 3, 6. Second one, we have 1 times 4. So we have 1 group, and we're going to put 4 in each of them. Well, there's only 1, so. Now, if you did this, if you made 4 groups, and you put 1 in each one, that's wrong. Because you have to make 1 group. You have to do it. It doesn't change your answer. Answer's still 4. Whether you do it this way or this way, you still get 4 dots. However, this is important. You need to be able to represent it properly. How about 3 times 0? Well, we got to make our 3 groups. We put nothing in each of them, so we get nothing. How about 0 times 5? What do we do here? Well, 0 groups means we're not allowed to draw a group holder. We can't draw a single group holder. So where do we put these 5 things? There's nowhere to put them. So how do we write 5? Nope, can't do that. Can't write 5 because there's nowhere to put those 5. Right? There's no. You got to put 5 inside of a group holder, but we don't have any group holders, so we can't really do it. Now look, anything times 0, I hope you saw this pattern here. Anything times 0 will always give you 0. Remember that. How about 3 times 2? Here's our 3 groups. We'll put 2 in each one. Like that, and we get 6. And 4 times 1 is 4 groups. You have to draw 4 groups, and then you put 1 inside of each group. It's like eyeballs. And you get 4. Now, once you get good at these, everybody, just memorize them. You don't have to draw a picture every single time. This is just to understand it. But then, once I say 2 times 3, once you get good at this stuff, don't start counting and imagine. No, just memorize. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 4 is 4. And you'll get very, very good at it that way. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody, in this lesson. And have a great day, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.
All right, let's do this example right here, okay? It says Nikolai decorates a pair of gloves with plastic jewels, okay? She glues 3 jewels on each finger, including thumb. How many jewels does she have? Well, it looks something like this, right? Okay, your hand has how many fingers? 5. How many fingers? Look at your hand. How many fingers do you have? 5. Somebody said 4. Whoa. Okay. And then this glove has how many fingers? 5. Okay. So they want to know how many jewels are in both gloves. Okay. So let's just do one glove. Just one. And what would be the multiplication equation just for this one?
5 times 3.
5 times 3. Okay. For that one. Just like it says right there. 5 times 3 equals 15. Okay. Okay, so Joel has 15 on each glove. So, and this one is also 5 times 3, right? And what do I need to do next in order to find out how many does she have altogether? Exactly, add 15 plus 15. 5 plus 5 is 10. Put the 0 down. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus the 1 that I carried is 3. Okay, so total she has how much? 30. It says you can write a multiplication problem 2 times 5, okay, times 3. You can use parentheses to show which 2 numbers you'll multiply first. Okay, you could also choose to multiply different numbers first. So here, this will make sense. The reason why they put the 2 first, how many gloves? 2 gloves, right? And each glove has how many fingers? Each glove has how many fingers? 5. Okay, the 2 represents how many gloves we have. The 5 represents how many fingers in each glove, right? And the 3 represents how many what? How many jewels are in each finger, right? Which is 3. Okay. So they said you could do this first. So what's 2 times 5? 10. And then multiply the number on the outside. What's 10 times 3? 30. I could do that. Okay. The bottom one says, well, let's put parentheses around 5 times 3 instead. Okay. So they put parentheses here. I have to multiply this first. So what's 5 times 3? 15. Okay. And then I multiply the outside. So what's 2 times 15? It's just 15 plus 15. What did we say? What was the answer? 30, okay? Now, if you don't know what 2 times 15 is, then do you think it would be a better idea to put parentheses around this? Because I know what 2 times 5 is, and I know what 10 times 3 is, right? Probably that would be a better option. Okay. It says use parentheses to show one way to group 2 times 5 times 3, which we did already. So it would be something like this. Okay. It says use parentheses to show a different way to group them. I could put like this, 5 times 3 instead. Which way would you choose to find the product? Okay. We talked about it, but we would do 2 times 5 because it's easier to multiply 10 times 3 than 2 times 15, right? Plus, we know our multiples of 10 already. Okay. So use parentheses to show 2 different ways to group 7 times 2 times 4. So write this out. I'm on page 196. And go ahead and use parentheses to show me 2 different ways to group them. Kind of like we did what we did in the previous page, right? Okay. So you should have something like this. Is that right? Did I group two numbers together?
No.
No, I did not. So I'll make sure you guys were watching. Okay. So what could I group? Which ones can I group together?
7 and 2.
I could do 7, 2, or
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Make sure there's a multiplication sign in the middle, okay? All right, good. And this one, which one do you think would be best to use? The 2 times 7 first, or multiply 2 times 4 first?
2 times 4.
Yeah, because I know what 7 times 8 is. I might have a hard time to figure out what 14 times 4 is, huh? All right. Okay. How about here? It says find 2 ways. Okay. 2 times 4 times 3. 2 times 4 times 3. Which was my grouping? What? Tell me, which one numbers am I grouping? 2 times 4 or 4 times 3. Okay. I'm probably going to, this one I could do either way because 2 times 4 is 8 and 8 times 3 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12. And I know what 2 times 12 is. 2 times 12 is also 24.